That was fun though. That was good.
Yeah.
Especially because the whole time I was like, we get to close on Michigan Penn State.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
The
was
schedule's a lie. Rearrange it as you see fit.
No, that was my popsicle hidden in the fridge. I was like, yeah, I get that at the end of the day.
It's melted. You had it in the fridge.
God damn it. I'm James Franklin when it comes to time management and popsicles.
Now it's just juice.
Hey, server, there's a cold open for you.
Welcome to the Shutdown Fullcast. You are listening to the internet's only college football podcast. Lucky you. You might want another one, but you don't need another one because you got us. Joining me this week, as always, is co-host Jason Kirk. Jason, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
What's the most Christian type of pizza a man could order? The holiest, the most devout?
Ooh.
Because
Well-
I have one answer.
Okay. Well, the Lord did a lot with just a small number of fishes, didn't he? So I've never had anchovy pizza, but we could put anchovy pizza right up there.
I can give you another fish pizza that's pretty common, but it's not common in the United States.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
broaden the
well,
horizons.
It'll horrify you.
Okay.
That would be tuna and peas.
Peas.
Tuna and peas.
Uh-huh.
I guess, Holly, you're appalled by the idea of tuna and peas pizza?
That's extraordinarily upsetting, yeah.
Yeah, it's very common.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be on the show.
It's very common in Chinese Pizza Huts on the buffet.
Well, now I'm racist. I wish you'd told me that first.
That would just make me hate everything. That would surpass like, and I've had it, by the way. I tried it, and I will tell you that it's really better when they've got the trifecta of tuna, and I mean tuna out of a can. I don't mean slices of delicious
Okay.
ahi tuna.
Okay.
I mean shredded gray tuna and peas, but when they put a little corn on it, I'm not going to say it's hitting. I'm not going to say it's hitting, but it's within distance of being acceptable.
This is very bachelor.
No, it's no really like
Pantry pizza.
you walk in and it really does feel like you're like, wow, a sad bachelor runs this Pizza Hut buffet in Taichung, Tainan, or Taiwan.
Like-
Yeah.
Are there any Cheetos? Is it like
No, it's not.
Some,
no,
like
it's not.
frosting from a can.
It's not.
Just-
It's not stoner Chinese Pizza Hut. They're not
pasta
just like,
on there?
let's put some shrimp chips and some silkworms on there. It'll be
So it's
delicious.
just assorted canned goods pizza.
Yeah.
I have had a pizza in Sweden that had potato slices, what appeared to be just cooked white rice sprinkled all over the whole thing, and like Russian dressing.
Oh,
It was vile. It was,
vile? Okay.
It was absolutely vile.
I was about to hop on, and it wasn't bad, right? You're like,
and
no,
these
it was
were-
terrible.
You could tell from the texture that these were like the kind of baby potatoes that are in a can.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had that kind of like kind of little slimy, salty, briny thing going.
Yeah.
And they were thin sliced, but like not super thin sliced, like sliced that you'd slice for like a buffalo mozzarella. So it was like these pizza coins and a layer of like cooked white rice and just Thousand Island dressing drizzled over the top of it. And other places are bad, I guess. I didn't think we'd veer into xenophobia, but I guess 2020 finally got us at last.
Finally.
Yeah, don't pizza abroad. I guess. Well, except in Italy. I guess you could probably get good pizza in Italy.
it's possible.
You can ask Alex Kirshner.
I hear they
he's our
do a
boss.
really good version of New York pizza in Italy.
Ooh, okay.
Is
Is
there?
it like Brooklyn style pizza? Because that's what I'm looking for when I go to Italy.
So in Italy, what they do is they send a big boat to New York City and they fill it up with New York City water and they take it back to Italy. That's what makes it special. Is the
God, where is
New-
Ryan here to stump for Sabaros when we need him?
Yeah, Ryan's out, so we're going to talk Italy and New York. Perfect.
Miss our special New York boy.
Sadly, I do not believe there is a Pizza Hut in Italy.
Oh,
But
horse
if-
shit. We need to spread the
Do you
good
think
word.
Wait, so do you reckon they just like closed their borders to American pizzerias? Because to be clear, that's a good idea. But I want to
So-
know if like Yum Brands has tried to infiltrate through parachute drop.
So not only are they bad at food over there in Italy, they don't got no architecture.
They're bad at business.
No permit. No permite. No permit.
They got no culture, if you ask
Don't
me.
y'all eat kale? How do you get your green vegetables?
If you dropped an entire Pizza Hut, I mean, airdropped it into the middle of like Florence, Italy, it
Little
would.
Caesars doesn't have pizza in Italy either.
Oh,
No, this is a crime. Because you know what? Do you know what Italians would do? They'd be like, "Here, the pizza. She is hot and she is ready. Is she good, Giuseppe?" No.
I mean,
she's not good.
it's named after Italy.
I mean, it's
Do you
named
think
after
they
a
know?
guy.
Should we tell them?
It's named
you
after
think
a
they
guy.
know?
I mean, think about it. It's named after a guy Italians killed. So it's probably not real welcome.
But I mean, that's a sign of affection, right? He's the most he's like the
we
most
stabbed
Italian
him
guy
while
ever.
smoking.
We loved him enough to kill him. That's how much
Right.
we liked him.
Yeah.
I'm now conducting the most cursed Google search I've ever conducted in the history of the Shutdown Fullcast, which is really saying something.
Are you doing Hungry Howie's international locations?
Yes, I am.
Jesus.
Let's see. CC's Pizza.
Your computer Your computer is going to shut down out of protest. It's just going to die.
Wait, Hungry Howie's has a blog about our top 10 pizza destinations in the world, and oh wow, they're listing places in Italy. But one of the places they list is New Haven.
Oh no, there's a famous pizza joint in New Haven.
I don't care. That's still Yale. We're
It
not
is
going
Yale.
there.
There could be nothing good or tasty about
Pizza
Yale.
in Edmonton, Canada. Hungry Howie's, you cannot be trusted.
I mean, they're hungry. They'll eat anything by definition.
I feel like they're deliberately trying to obscure whether or not they have international locations.
It's not called Choosy Howie's. It's called Hungry Howie's.
I didn't know Hungry Howie's was outside Florida until the Little Caesars Bowl took over the Lions Stadium, and Hungry Howie's had a contract with the Lions, so you couldn't serve Little Caesars pizza at the Little Caesars Bowl.
Did someone commit a serious act of civil disobedience by bringing one in their shirt? Just like a whole hot and ready, like, I see you, Little Caesar.
I can't believe we didn't ask that father and son duo who offered to be our Detroit Bowl correspondents if they
Man.
would sneak competing pizza in.
I will say we've really missed opportunities because having gone to Detroit fairly recently for the Shutdown Fullcast live show last year, it would have been a blast. It would have been fun.
So here's a really good map. Papa John's.
Oh no.
I'm seeing Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Mongolia.
That actually makes that Papa John's in Saudi Arabia checks a lot of boxes for both
Can you
parties.
answer me this?
Peru, Philippines.
Is there a Papa John's in Russia?
Oh yeah, yeah. We got a big old red. I
Which
don't know how
means-
many there are, but like, there's a big old red Russia.
Which means that that Papa John's in the heads of at least one Russian is Father Ivan's, which is the best name for a pizza place I have ever heard.
Sounds so welcoming.
It is. It's Papa Ivan's. It's Daddy Ivan's.
There's,
Come here, get a pizza and get killed.
How about Panama, Papa John's? How festive does that sound? Panama John's.
You could just pick it up like going through the canal, right? Just reach off the ship.
Sure.
Like, whoa! They've got it on
Yeah,
like a 20-foot long
Ecuador.
boom.
Egypt, Morocco. Papa John's is all over the place. This is one of our biggest exports. How about that?
This will be my goal, to find the most remote Papa John's location in the world.
and then have Thanksgiving there.
Everest
loo-
Base Camp. There's somebody
So-
who's just like, yeah, you want the garlic butter?
According to the map, there are 2 off the coast of Madagascar. I don't know how accurate this map is, but
Are they
yeah,
on oil
yeah.
rigs or
they're little red dots out there in the ocean amongst
that's
the
beautiful,
cartoon
man. Are these
animals.
like, oh my God, there's Papa John's seasteads. That's what you're seeing.
Yeah,
No, it's the
it
penguins.
looks like there's one in Cyprus.
It's the penguins from the movie Madagascar franchising. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I started the whole long pizza conversation as a
I'm
way
sorry,
of getting
folks,
to
I
this.
need to interrupt here with
Yes.
a note from our producer, Michael Serber, who sends me an article from January 2020. Domino's announced plans to open more than 800 stores in Italy.
Yes.
This is real. I appreciate that they're using World War II tactics in just blanketing Italy with fake pizza.
I like it.
Italy is good at a lot of things. Making killer food, birthing my ancestors. What it is not good at is having a lot of American pizza chains, but Domino's is here to change all that, whether Italians like it or not. That is the spirit.
Just like the Battle of Anzio 2, we're just gonna take the beaches of Italy, and push crappy pizza ovens and pre-made crusts.
God, it's
through.
really got to hurt in Italy to be betrayed by both pizza and Domino's. Oh shit, Domino's Pizza Italia in Milano has 4 stars.
I mean, it's still pizza.
We won.
I'm gonna read the Google reviews. Oh my god, never mind. We gotta talk about something else because the very first review, the guy dinged the Domino's a star because the delivery guys in Italy couldn't speak English.
I
Come
They
on,
want
Daniel.
the authentic American experience is what they
Come
want.
on, Daniel.
respect stupid online restaurant reviews so much when they're just openly moronic. and
God
just
damn,
living their
dude.
truth, right? Like, yeah, I hated this ice cream place because they didn't have steak.
So
Love
like
that.
There's 3 people complaining in like the first 10 Google reviews that the staff doesn't speak English.
It's a
So-
pizza place. Come on.
yeah. Are
One
they
complaining that there's no air conditioning. Come on, man.
is the idea that when
I'm
America
upset.
exports a fast food restaurant that we also send people to staff it?
Oh yeah, like, the
it's an
ambassadors.
embassy?
Yeah.
I wanted to get on the subject of pizza. And which one
I'm
was the
sorry,
most
I gotta
Christian?
follow down the rabbit hole because this guy says the Domino's in Milan doesn't have air conditioning.
You go right ahead.
Also, I spoke incorrectly. Mongolia does not have a Papa John's.
Yet.
That's the only thing I don't
Yet.
like about them.
They are
God,
completely surrounded though
Genghis
by
Khan.
Papa John's country.
Man, Genghis Khan Pizza would be the most amazing franchise ever. It's coming to you.
If you look at,
Riding over the plains.
there really is a lot of. If you look at like Mongolian,
Business names?
Mongolian, yeah. There's so much stuff named after the Khans, the Horde.
Yeah.
They
there's like,
know when they had the center of the world stage, and they will remind you of it.
I am betting that there's a Genghis Khan internet cafe somewhere in Ulaanbaatar.
I would bet there's
that's-
100.
I'd like, because what else are you going to call it? You're like, I want to be the most rampaging, patriotic Mongolian business around.
Okay, the guy who complained that the Domino's in Milan didn't have air conditioning was from Germany, and thus we can toss out his opinion.
Yeah, there is, by the way, there's, yes, sir, there is a Genghis Khan internet cafe.
Okay, the map was too close together, and for a second I thought there was a Chili's-themed hostel in the middle of the Czech Republic.
Why not?
They gotta have those. They need one of those in our Athens. I bet UGA would love that shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The most Christian way to get your pizza, I believe, can be answered by, we don't exactly have a reader.
Why are we talking about this?
We don't exactly have a reader question tonight, but more a comment and an observation and a visual aid. This comes from @Catherine Brock. What's up, Catherine? Thank you for asking us this question. What does this mean? Any guesses? And then tags all of us. And the picture is of a little sort of standee with a laminated sign that says, in large letters, "Ask for your pizza Dabo style," in quotes.
Well, I assume it's got a really thin crust. And, I never figured that guy for a vegetarian, but I think Dabo would be the first to tell you that all lives matter. So
Can't have any meat on that.
no, I mean a thick blanket of green and black olives all over the pizza.
Yeah?
All lives.
All live.
No, I'm sorry, Jason. I know you got it. I had to say it directly at Spencer's face 4 or 5 times.
I need a minute because I'm soaking that in.
Much
right.
like the napkins, soak up The confessed sins.
Yeah. I don't know what Dabo style pizza is. I know that in one of my favorite things that I've ever read about Dabo, it's that when the Heisman was going on and Dabo was in New York.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't fold it.
Yeah, Dabo said also, by the way, he would not eat. This came from Artichoke Basile's Pizza in Chelsea. Told Hannah Storm that he would not eat anything with the word choke in it and opted for pepperoni, which that's some deep coach brain right there. That's some serious coach brain going on. I'm not eating anything with choke in it. Also that he would not fold it and just started eating it like, a yokel. Like how I eat it.
Eat the crusts.
That's too many carbs.
No, he strikes me as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with the crust cut off kind of guy.
Yeah.
Which,
I
no
feel like-
disrespect, that's a fine sandwich.
I think whatever kind of pizza Dabo style, the mind reels.
Yeah.
Whatever that could mean. But whatever it is,
My mind recoils.
the mind does a lot of things at the thought of requesting your food to be more like Dabo. But I think the thing is, it will upset your stomach, and your stomach will remain upset for like a whole week.
Weeks. Yeah.
And and to the point where you're like, seriously, still, how, right?
I think if Dabo had run a pizzeria in medieval times, a job that I know we all agree he'd be well suited for, we would say his pizza is heavily laced with the bodily humor of collar.
Mm-hmm. Especially at the moment. I was thinking that maybe eating Dabo style would be taking a scorching hot piece of pizza and trying to eat it while running down a hill. That might be one way to do it. Another way, more recently and more relevant to the recent history of Clemson football, would be that in order to get your pizza Dabo style, you have to drive down to Tallahassee with the fever and then watch Mike Norvell throw it out a window and onto the street.
I believe we've answered Catherine's question.
Yeah. Hey, we got a week of football here, y'all. Look at this.
For now, as of Tuesday night recording,
Yeah,
there
please
are
don't.
games scheduled.
Please don't tempt the thing, Spencer.
That's there is a whole mess of games. The first one I wanted to note was UNC Notre Dame, which I have decided to call Notre Dame Fat Navy because UNC's like Navy. They're talented. They're a very well put together team. They're just fatter. That's it. They got fatter guys, fatter and slightly faster somehow. Football's a weird sport. You get Fatster. Yeah, they got a ram, just like Navy, right? They play in blue. It's slightly different blue, but whatever. Right? That's they have
Oh, so UNC is Fat Navy.
yeah, UNC's Fat Navy.
Okay, so Navy, we could say like they're Navy. They're named after their jerseys, right? That would be silly, but we could say that. So UNC, maybe we could just call them Powder.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Powder Notre Dame. And this is a game, by the way, where UNC, still a really good football team. Like an excellent football team. Sam Howell, outstanding quarterback. Probably, is he better than like what they faced with Clemson?
I probably wouldn't go that far.
I don't know. He's the backup.
Not him by itself, at least.
No. But still an outstanding team that Notre Dame's going to have to get past. Again, Notre Dame is actually going to have an outstanding strength of schedule thanks to the ACC. Just let them hang. Man, come on. It's a weird year. Why don't you just chip in for groceries?
In the playoff rankings, UNC might have been the team that took the biggest jump from the AP, I think. They went up a big old 6 spots up to 19. So Notre Dame beats this team, they're going to stay ranked, and the Irish are going to have a whole lot of quality wins on here since it's the time of year when that shit matters.
Yeah, this feels like a game where UNC will, hang around for 3 quarters, and then Ian Book will just decide that it's time to distance yourself from lesser competition. But it's there if you're going like, well, what's a big game? UNC Notre Dame is a big game because Notre Dame is so far up in the playoff rankings thus far.
Well, I mean, the spread on this one's only 5, so it's not expected to be any type of blowout.
I have a spread question.
Is it about pub cheese?
No, it is not about pub cheese. I don't even know. How is this? As a non-cheese eater, I don't even know what pub cheese is.
I honestly really don't either. We need a Wisconsinian or a Minnesotian, perhaps, to weigh in on this.
Yeah, how drunk do you have to be to order cheese at a bar?
So I think it being described as a spread, I feel like it's just a community thing. Just behind the bar, there's a big old vat of cheese, and you just dip your arm into it like a Pooh Bear.
See, you said community, and I was like, oh, big wheel of cheese. Everybody just gets their knife and takes a hunk of it.
I had it
No.
together until he said like a Pooh Bear.
Just get you a big old arm full of cheese.
That's it. Hey, hold on, Janet. I got to get an armful of cheese.
For the road.
Oh, Herb,
Yeah.
there's a hair in there.
Hey.
That's how Northwestern, with all of their nerd wiles, outsmarted Wisconsin. Just put a big old tub of cheese in the tunnel, and all the players are like, "Oh, I gotta go get some arm cheese. I can't."
They did the thing, the story about how you trap a monkey. You hide food inside a coconut, right? You do
Yeah.
that with Wisconsin with just a barrel with cheese in it. Now they got my darn arm is stuck in this barrel of cheese. It feels real warm in there.
Oh, geez,
I wish my head was stuck in there instead of my arm.
It's cold. It's so cold, but it's warm here by the cheese.
Gather
think
around the cheese, a crackling hearth of cheese.
The Wisconsinite who first saw a Texan dip a nacho into it must have been like, "I'm scared, so scared right now."
It's corn and cheese.
Corn and cheese.
It can't be bad.
Cheese has got to be good. I don't know.
Fella, I gotta ask, why the heck did you stick something in the cheese that wasn't your face?
Or your arm.
Huh?
Just putting a beer stein in there like, no, it works. It works. Watch.
Because one problem I see with your method is when you eat the chip, you're eating something that's not cheese. Now, I recognize it's covered in cheese, so you're getting the cheese, but you're taking up room in your tummy with something that's not cheese.
Wouldn't
you
you
see,
be
that's your mistake.
Wouldn't you be eating your arm made of corn there? See my point? You got to go get another one.
But that's corn fed. That's good meat.
Oh, dear. Maybe I could dip a Nebraskan in there. Be
Yeah,
delicious.
you gotta save your darn corn so you can feed the cows so they can make cheese.
That's can't be frivolous with it. Wasteful
Waste your darn
Texans.
corn.
Jesus, dumbass Cowboys. I was going to ask a line-based question. Are you familiar with the line in our beloved Pittsburgh Panthers going up against Clemson?
Whew. Last I looked, it was creeping up on 4 TDs.
We are currently at
In favor of Clemson.
we're at 24.
Yes,
we're
to
at
be
20.
clear.
24 is what we
Oh,
are.
hey, that means it's coming down. You know what that means? That means folks heard Dabo Daffy ducking up a storm, and they brought that
24.
number down a little bit. That man's distracted.
That 24 points. That's what, 8 Pat Narduzzi field goals?
Hey, listen, they're going to
Yes.
have to kick so many field.
Kicker's exhausted already.
Can I tell you
Kicker's
something real
stretched
stupid?
and stretching out, bringing the backup kicker.
Can I tell you where we are at this point in this week?
Mm.
I was trying to get the math wrong, and I accidentally said the right.
You got it
number.
right?
I was trying to make a joke, and I was like, "Get it? 8 field goals? Because that's 3 times 8. Fuck."
I made the dumb joke right. Yeah, the 20. It's at 24. 24, which if I had all of the money in the world, I would totally get this on pit covering. Totally. Now watch me suffer the worst bad beat of all time by some sort of insanity where Kenny Pickett is trying to get back in the game and they throw a pick 6 with 6 seconds left or something.
Oh, happily.
Or
God, I can't stop doing the voice.
Or more likely, when Pat Narduzzi tries to kick a field goal down 9 and is like with 30 seconds left and is like, "We had to do it," and it gets blocked and they return it for a TD or something. But yeah, 24.
Yeah, the line started 26.5, so the public believes in Pitt. That always goes well.
Oh, they've been listening to too much Fullcast.
Yeah.
We're too popular, folks. Sorry. Please stop praying for us.
Yeah, that's
We
yeah.
are already immune to tasers. Please stop praying for us,
Please
lest
stop
we
praying
become
for
too powerful.
Pat Narduzzi's grown a full beard. Something's gone very wrong. I also would like to, in looking at this and games where I really want it to be closer than it's going to be, LSU, Texas A&M. Now there is some developing news around Texas A&M. That being, where do they stand, Jason, in the playoff rankings as of right now?
Well, they're number 5 because they have to stay ahead of Florida for now, because Florida has to stay of Cincinnati because, Cincinnati, they're not a power team. So A&M's just guaranteed the 5 spot for now, which means you can talk yourself into, they might get to play Alabama again. Hooray. Wouldn't that be fun? What a reward. What a treat.
God, can you think of a less rewarding playoff matchup for those who have already seen this game happen than watching, here's Alabama completely manhandling A&M to a 28-point loss?
Yeah. I mean, imagine if it came down to A&M or Cincinnati, right? Say Cincinnati's 12-0, and you can either put them in or an A&M team that didn't even win its division and was not competitive against Alabama. What would have to be wrong with your brain to not give Cincinnati the spot? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's why, okay, I put BYU in the 4 spot.
Yeah,
Or
they got
in the 5 spot. Yeah,
the committee as they have done an act of violence against the LDS Church by ranking BYU down at 15 behind 3 or 4 2-loss teams. That's absurd. Get that shit out of my sight.
What are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
What? Who has gone farther in these challenging times than the BYU Cougars? Who's got a better quarterback? If you're going, okay, well, I got a game, and we got 4 quarters, and I got one guy to play it, I don't know how many more people I would choose above Zach Wilson.
Like
Saying
BYU,
that because he has a cool swaggy headband?
BYU's 3 spots behind Oklahoma. Would you pick Oklahoma to beat BYU right now?
No.
I sure wouldn't.
I know which one of those teams has a defense. It ain't Oklahoma.
They're behind Northwestern, which has scored about 6 points this year. They're behind Georgia, which has been blown out twice.
I will tell this stat again, and I will keep saying it until it expires upon the receipt of a new set of Northwestern statistics this week from their game. And it is this, that in the 3rd quarter against Wisconsin, the success rate for the Northwestern offense was 0.
Pat
No,
Fitzgerald
thank you.
is like the boring Joker.
Yeah. I'm going to become the Joker, and I'm going to clock in and send RSVPs and do
What
things
villain is the
rationally.
opposite of
He
the
drives
Joker?
everyone. He drives everyone around him. Is it Calendar Man? I don't know what Calendar Man does. I just know he exists.
Yeah.
But he drives everyone around him absolutely insane by being completely predictable and never veering from the path, no matter what.
Absolutely maddening. Yeah. Northwestern being this high and surpassing their own U.S. News and World Report ranking is wrong.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
That's gotta be
They're-
bittersweet.
No.
It does, and I'm sure that there are those at Northwestern who, when Northwestern inevitably loses because they're not that good, they are going to let out a sigh of relief that the
Order
world
is restored.
the world is spinning on its axis again, and they can say, "Hey, we're actually a really good school. We just have a football problem."
we finally solved that whole football thing.
Now watch me go be a functionary who ends up running a writer's room, but not contributing much because I went to Northwestern.
Have I ever told you guys about my buddy from high school who ended up on the ultimate frisbee team at Northwestern?
No.
Is that not Roger Sherman?
Oh my God, there's 2 of them. Jesus. No, I didn't go to high school with Roger. I'm not that young.
Oh, right.
but I have
High
a
school.
friend
I
who-
forgot that part. I just heard the ultimate frisbee part.
I have a friend who's a brilliant. What do you call the dudes who engineer nanobots? Like a neuro engineer? I don't even know the name of his job. That's how smart he is.
Nano engineer.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he did his he did his master's at Georgia Tech, and his graduation project there was something truly amazing, like implanting microscopic wires into the limb into prosthetic limbs to give amputees like sense of touch on their prosthetic limbs. It was something like super awesome like this. He gets up to Northwestern, he joins the intramural sports leagues, and do you know what the nickname they put on the back of his jersey is? State school.
Wow.
I hope he beat them all up. I hope he bullied them mercilessly. Because
I
he
hope
could.
so too.
LSU, by the way, coming in this game, looking like, I mean, I don't think LSU's gonna. I don't really want to give you the. I mean, I want to give you the false bill of goods here, but LSU's just looking kind of average. Kind of like there's not a lot of hope. I really wanted to sell this to you and say, oh yeah, man, a lot of big things happening.
There's a lot of big things happening at LSU.
How many of them
They
involve
don't have a lot
the
to do
field?
with football.
Yeah, not a lot there. Not a lot super going on. Yeah,
Lots to do with abject horror, rehumanity.
yeah, but like in terms of actual hope on this field,
Oh no,
no. TJ, I mean, like TJ Finley's playing all right. He's playing pretty well, but they had to scrape it out to beat Arkansas 27-24. You say, oh, there's a lot of good LSU teams that have had to really push it in terms of trying to beat Arkansas. I don't know. The weirdest thing for me about that game is that LSU holds the ball for 42 minutes and they only win by 3 points. They completely dominated this game. And yet somehow in those 18 minutes, Arkansas managed to put the fear of God in them in just 18 minutes.
Yeah, pigs are fast. So,
That's-
I mean, yeah, A&M, you got the big, nice number. Sure, you beat Florida. But, I mean, number 5, I don't know. Like, it's
I
hard
will
to
say,
believe
but-
in LSU at all. Sure.
Right.
But,
The line here, by the way, 14. 14. A&M by 14.
it's a sizable number.
That is a size of, like, I don't know. Like, LSU can only get better. And A&M, given it this, they can only get worse. That's kind of where I sort of talked myself into.
Wait, when do y'all got a fighter plane?
Yeah, that's overhead here.
Yeah.
It's probably Jimbo heard us talking shit. So one of his reconnaissance outfits.
I'll send my friend that I time traveled to go get Baron von Richthofen.
I was gonna say who's the first coach who's gonna have their own fleet of like surveillance drones at high school games. It's probably already A&M, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can afford that.
Yeah, yeah.
I got that. Bought me a time machine.
The uneducated mind would say Stanford, but I don't think they're interested enough in football.
Yeah, time travel isn't profitable. Stanford's not looking into that.
Stanford recruits like 8 guys per year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, this is...
You can get that done with 3-4 helicopters.
Or one triplane. I'll send a triplane with a crazy German to your house because I'm Jimbo Fisher.
How surprised do you think Jimbo was to learn that triplane didn't mean 3 planes?
triplane. Yeah, I like to triplane. Get on it and try it.
It's like a trips formation, but with planes, right? I have... Speaking of, by the way, Jimbo's rich.
Jimbo's rich.
Yeah,
And
we
folks,
heard.
wouldn't you like to be rich too? Wouldn't you like to be as rich as Jimbo Fisher? Well,
Can I keep my
can't
own
do
hair?
that. We got that going for us. We all got better hair than Jimbo Fisher. Better natural hair, at least. Acorns is the country's leading saving and investing app. I have started an account on here, and let me tell you, I put in just like $10, and I have already made 7 cents. What happens here is you put in your spare change from purchases, from weekly deposits, what have you, and it goes into a magic portal, and more money comes out. They say it's called investing. I don't know. Sounds like
That's a neat trick.
futuristic technology to me. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, but I plan to keep going. You can. No expertise required, obviously, because I've made 7 cents on it, and I'm not smart enough to make 7 cents otherwise. You can visit acorns.com/fullcast to claim a $5 starting bonus. Takes under 3 minutes to set up, start investing and saving in the background of life. Yeah, it's like a phone game. Everybody likes to look at the phone, see lines go up, numbers go up. And the number going up here is the amount of money that is being sent into the magical portal. So I'm just going to keep this up until I am as rich as Jimbo. 7 cents is roughly, that's just a few decimal points off from what he makes every year. So
I feel like this app is uniquely suited for us because it seems to be very much like a slow cooker for your finances or like a set it and forget it situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am extremely good at putting money someplace and then forgetting I've done that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
like
plan to like.
It's like a roll of hundreds in the freezer that lives in your phone.
It's very much the if you know a grandfather with a sock of quarters, right? My granddad did that. He kept all his spare change in a sock, right? And then it'd double as a weapon, right?
I was gonna say, did your grandfather like beating some ass, Jason?
This was his home defense. He's blind in one eye because when he was a
Is that 'cause of
kid,
the sock? Oh.
he was opening a Coke bottle with a knife, and and he's got goo coming out of his eyeball. So he couldn't have a pistol at home. So even though he'd been a police officer, but yeah, he did have the sock quarters.
Wait.
That's right. That's right. He was a cop.
What do you mean?
He was a cop.
He was
with
a one-eyed
eye.
cop with a gun.
That's right. Just like Odin. Right.
Not to make him too Googleable, but can you tell us your grandfather's first name only?
It's either James or William. They were interchangeable.
One-eyed Officer Jim.
Officer Jimmy. Officer
My
One-Eyed Jimmy.
grandfather's name was Odin.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean one-eyed Officer Jimmy, not bow-legged Officer Jimmy. Yeah, he's around back with the car.
Acorns.com/fullcast to claim your $5 bonus when you sign up. Make several cents per day. Next thing you know, you'll be making several dollars per day. Then you'll fill up enough socks of quarters to beat Loki's ass at the end of time.
Oh, now I'm motivated.
What? Now I have a new life goal: beat Loki's ass with a sock full of quarters.
Prevent Ragnarok by beating Loki's ass.
All
I'm
right,
not-
Tom, get ready to get Hiddlestoned. No?
I got all the sense you need right here, foolish god. This takes us, by the way, discussion of pennies on the dollar and things adding up. You know who probably could have used acorns? You know who probably should have been thinking about money that they were gonna have to spend? That's correct. The South Carolina Gamecocks. So glad you had that obvious answer, because now Georgia and South Carolina are gonna be meeting with a literal headless chicken on one sideline. That's right. This is the Mike Bobo.
The what?
The Mike Bobo.
Say it again.
Mike Bobo.
There we are.
Interim coach Mike Bobo.
Got the Bobo.
Late of the University of Georgia, both as a player and as a former assistant
I thought
on
you were
Mark
gonna say
Richt's
he
staff.
had died.
Yes, R.I.P. Mike Bobo.
Late in the sense of okay, sorry.
The late Mike Bobo leaves behind 47 children. He has many children in real life.
The much maligned Georgia assistant, Mike Bobo, who was blamed for every problem.
Fire Bobo.
Yeah. Lo and behold, he leaves and oh no, that's just the way things are for y'all. It wasn't it wasn't just getting rid of this one guy who had good offenses, by the way.
Yeah. House on fire, man. When that man got a hold of Aaron Murray in the no huddle, whoo! Nearly beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. Am I going to remind everybody that's happened to Georgia on several occasions? Yes.
What has happened
Yes.
since?
That they did that again. They did that again.
But on a bigger stage, huh? Mike Bobo never lost a national title game for him.
Listen, Mike Bobo and Aaron Murray had the decorum and the respect to lose that game in regulation and not extend the hopes forward and lose to, as you might have forgotten, a freshman thrown into the game in the second half.
The sportsman's way.
I don't know. This guy hasn't started. Here, let's see what's up.
And then
Surely he can beat Georgia in a big game.
You know, I'm not a football coach, but hey, y'all, watch this. Doesn't seem to be an incredibly sustainable strategy for on-field success.
I just want to note one more time that after that happened to Georgia, a year later, the exact opposite happened in the SEC championship. Those two quarterbacks changed places again with the same outcome. That's incredible. Georgia,
no.
it bears repeating. You are incredible.
Yeah. As in, you defy credulity, Georgia.
All we have to do,
We're not
like,
calling you poor.
all you have to do is describe things that happened to Georgia. You don't have to embellish or add a joke or anything, and it's incredible.
Georgia, the manor house that always burns down every year.
I would like to set aside some time in the off season, if we're all still alive, to just read a list of things that have happened to Georgia with perhaps some soothing background music and just laugh heartily
The Masters music.
as we sit there. Okay. All right. If Masters is back in the spring, this is what we're doing.
Oh, no, that's totally what we're doing. The Masters episode is just reading terrible things that's happened to Georgia.
How about we do this? Say the Charity Bowl, Georgia, if you're not number one, this is what's going to happen.
If you don't at least pass Georgia Tech for the first time, you stingy, miserable shits.
You better win your state for once.
I
God.
love, by the way, that that Georgia, when you start listing these things, that we've been doing this long enough and are familiar enough with enough Georgia fans.
There's like half a generation of shit now that we have covered.
Well, it's like you get a second-hand understanding of how painful it is.
Yeah.
You're like, though I did not suffer that personally, that is a good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a delicious one.
Like, ooh, that looks like it stings. Can I touch it?
Yeah.
It's the wildest thing is having a toe in the water by being an Atlanta Falcons fan, right? And like I see all of them, and they're also Braves fans. That's incredible. And like
Why
they
do
don't care.
people live
They
like
don't care
that?
about the Hawks, you know. And like the Hawks don't really break your heart or anything, you know. The Hawks don't really matter here, but like a Falcons, Dogs, Braves fan is a person that that blows my mind. I don't know how you do that.
This
It's like being a fan of Michigan football 12 months a year instead of 4 months a year, right? Like it's like if Michigan played 52 games a year.
Right now, the triple Pistons, Lions, Michigan fan. I don't know if you can.
Dude, that is dark.
I don't know if you can be killed. I really don't.
Penn
like if
State
you're,
Eagles fans.
no, because like even then there's some mediocrity and
Well,
like
actually, the Eagles might win their division, so.
yeah, like don't ask about the numbers. That still might happen, but like the Pistons, as far as I know, just judging from Twitter, they went out and signed a bunch of hat racks. They went out and spent like $100 million on hat racks.
As I understand it, NBA free agency was like all the Pistons players just left. There are no more Pistons, right? Like that was the effect I got. I haven't looked too closely into the situation, but
Oh, I didn't know they could do that. That's neat.
No, I think they were dropping like $500 million on like Mason Plumlee. Like I think basically the Pistons went on auto draft for free agent signings.
Sure.
That combined with the Detroit Lions under Matt Patricia imploding and one of the worst years in Michigan history. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and you can't be killed. Not with conventional weaponry. If you're that fan.
Challenge accepted, says Michigan State.
Whoo! Yeah. So, by the way, this Georgia-South Carolina game, I'm just calling it. It's not canon because it is not 140 degrees on the field. It is not. Classic Georgia-South Carolina happens in September, and it happens when it is 100.
No later than week 2.
Yep. Both teams have to look like absolute trash.
Georgia has to have one superstar receiver have a 300-yard game and then get suspended for no good reason before the end of the season.
Right. And it's got to be the most physically uncomfortable environment in the SEC. So this game is probably going to be in the 70s. It's not canon.
I disagree with all of this because
All right.
this is rivalry weekend. All right, Georgia's playing their number one rival.
No, he's right. He's
That's
right.
right.
I'm not laughing. This is correct.
Finally playing their true rival, because isn't the heart of rivalry not, I don't know, we'll see, we're going to measure up and we're going to see if, we're as good as they are. No, real rivalry is about, oh God, the agony of potentially losing this game to this craptacular collection of lesser talents is going to make me psychotic with anxiety.
Rivalry is about you look at the schedule and you think, what is the one team on here I would least like to lose to.
I have a theory that I discussed with Ryan in the off season, and I can't remember if we've run this by you guys. But Ryan and I have slightly competing parallel versions of this theory regarding South Carolina as a football team. But is South Carolina the team that you least want to play while simultaneously posing the least actual threat?
Yeah, because it's just gonna whatever. If they manage to get one over on you, it will be in the most confounding way possible. Like you will not understand how this game was won by South Carolina if you lose to them.
Sure,
You'll just
you
be-
got.
yeah.
They're the Purdue, Kansas State, right? Like every conference has one of these.
Yeah. Like they're the most how team that when you lose to them, you're like, how? Like if Georgia loses to Kentucky or Vandy, fine. Y'all have one. Maybe it was a crazy year. Maybe something happened. Florida, there's been whole stretches in the history of that rivalry where Florida's taken a whole decade without blinking and vice versa. That's just happened. That's fine. Tennessee, there's some agony there, but it's gone both ways.
Rude.
South Carolina?
I hate to bring the NFL into this, but do y'all remember when Peyton Manning was at the peak of his laser rocket arm efficiency powers? And every once in a while, he would run up against a Phillip Rivers team that would just make him look like an absolute dick-tripping moron. That.
He did have those random 4-interception games where just the big brain was overloading.
And it would just have a seizure.
Where Peyton was basically like, listen, I've got this 36-page equation that has gotten me to make this decision. And the
And
charge.
Jeff Saturday would be like, what?
Yeah. Huh? Shit. Fumble.
God damn it, Donald.
Sean Merriman just crashing through, throwing
Donald Brown
people.
did nothing wrong.
I hate math, Peyton. Iowa State, Texas.
That's a football game,
Oh, it is.
technically.
It is because who's in first place in the Big 12? Heading to the championship.
Like
Clear
7
sailing?
teams. Like the whole Big
Like-
12 has 2 losses, I think.
That's true. Iowa State, though, catbird seat, I believe. They are lofty. I will also say this, that Iowa State somehow against Texas is not favored in this game. How? If anyone has watched Texas play this year, would you take them over Iowa State just looking at it? Nope. I would not. And yet,
I mean, they get the home advantage in Austin, and the crowd should be about as fired up and loud as usual.
Oh, yeah. Does Texas have a paradoxical home field advantage this year because their home environment is not really altered in any way?
Yeah.
Interesting.
we were born in the silence.
I mean, yeah, a point, sure, whatever. That's basically saying, like, if it was the other place, it'd be a point. And,
I mean, it's a
point for
basketball
ISU.
school. A volleyball school? What kind of school is Texas now?
They do have a good volleyball team, don't they?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing.
It seems confident.
Yeah.
I've decided that they do. And that's what's important.
Yeah, this is all, by the way, another installment in the Matt Campbell sweepstakes because Michigan fans, I will tell you the best idea I've heard and the worst idea I've heard for replacing Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. The best idea I've heard is Matt Campbell because eventually Matt Campbell has to pull that ripcord and get out of that job. He cannot want to stay in names this long. Gene Chizik got Auburn by winning like 2 games in the year, 3 games when he came to Iowa State. And even Gene Chizik was like, out later.
Texas does have a prolific championship-winning volleyball team coached by the fantastically named Jarrett Elliott. Three national titles, 4 national title runner-ups, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good God. Texas volleyball won the Big 12 in
They have 4 out of the last.
1997.
They have 5 out of the last.
Stop! Let me read this.
You got it.
Clearly, I've got it. Avert your eyes. 1997, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2019. Eat shit, Mac Brown. This is what a championship looks like. No wonder they keep kicking the coaches out so fast.
Tom Herman, take notes, man.
Why can't y'all be more like your sisters over in the volleyball program, huh? Need an increase in your allowance? I'm done.
Broke
I'm
boys.
done. Welcome to the internet's only Big 12 volleyball podcast.
I would love it if we found out by public records request that Texas's volleyball coach was making $40 million a year.
I
Well,
would
that's-
appreciate this.
It turns out that's where all the money's going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well spent, though. Look at all these championships.
I mean, what? That's like 7 out of the last 10?
Yeah.
8 out of the last 10?
This is money that is getting results,
Yeah.
unlike some people.
That's the volleyball coach pays Tom Herman out of her allowance. Like, yeah, I don't know. We'll let little Tommy have, $3 million this year.
Yeah, if the football team manages to go to the, Texas Bowl, that's good for volleyball recruiting.
Yeah.
That's the whole, oh my God, we cracked the code. You're like, man, why is Texas athletics so weird? And you're like, it's because it's actually all centered around volleyball. Whoa. Y'all want to talk about the Iron Bowl?
Not
I
at
guess.
all. I want to talk about what's after the Iron Bowl.
I mean,
Yeah,
there is,
let's breeze through this thing.
Okay, there's one thing. There's one specter here that's looming, and I'm not talking about Alabama blazing through the Iron Bowl and then face planting into the dirt against Arkansas, which would be hilarious. Mm-hmm. Let us, when you take a sip of wine, you're supposed to kind of roll it around in your mouth for a second and get a real sense of, and let it waft up through your sinuses and into your nose, or when you suck on one of those little strawberry candies that come in the wrapper that looks like a strawberry,
yeah.
and you're kind of rolling it around in your mouth and you're getting the artificial strawberry coating all over the inside of your mouth. Let's sit for a moment in this fashion with the notion of Bo Nix beating Alabama. How does that feel? What are some words?
It's got a real bouquet of Schadenfreude mixed with a kind of glee
Okay.
at the kind of resulting chaos. There's also notes of deep appreciation of the absurdity of Bo Nix beating Alabama. Mm-hmm. Because I think Bo Nix would probably be, if I went back and looked at all of the quarterbacks who have beaten Alabama, he would definitely be in the bottom 3 of what?
So I just looked this up. Most people agree the weirdest quarterbacks who have beaten Nick Saban Alabama would be Stephen Garcia.
Stephen Garcia.
I think Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall.
No, it's Garcia. I'm
that's a
sorry.
converted DB, dude.
Nick Marshall had Jesus Christ on his side. Stephen Garcia
Stephen Garcia
is a
collects
facsimile
swords.
of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Now, Stephen Garcia, the year that he beat Alabama, passer rating against FBS teams ranked number 19th. Not bad. That was a stacked year. Kellen Moore, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, right? That's a stiff field. Aaron Murray, Colin Kaepernick. He was pretty good.
converted
He was
DB.
ahead of RG3 there. All right.
Jesus.
Goodness.
So this year, Bo Nix scrolling down there at 60th. So yeah, if our guy Bo, which I love, Bo, I do not want to make fun of Bo Nix. He is entertaining, and that's all that matters to me.
Oh,
but
yeah.
yes, if they were to pull this off, yeah, I mean, yeah, Nick Marshall, sure, okay, converted DB, but that was with all of Magic Auburn bullshit on their side, and he was doing shit that was revolutionary at the time, right?
Oh, they were doing RPOs. They were
Yeah.
doing RPO reads.
They
that
were doing
really
shit
confusing,
that Nick Saban had been dreading for years, right?
are gonna let them just throw down the field, and you're just not gonna be able to tackle them down there, and they're gonna cheat. Yeah.
Whereas Bo Nix doesn't really have that rabbit in the hat. So, yeah. And Bama's going to win by 3 touchdowns. So
There's also
of course.
this that the right tackle and left tackle of the offensive line that went out against the Tennessee game. So if you want to say, hey, has Tennessee made an impact? Yeah, absolutely.
What a fucking waste, man.
They absolutely kneecapped.
Why do you even play those guys against Tennessee? Come on.
Yeah,
What's the point?
that Alec Jackson at left tackle's out, as is right tackle Brodarius Ham.
This
shit.
is the true
I'm
heartbreak.
just gonna say this, okay?
Ugh.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby is probable for the game. He Malzahn's big in that. I think he can play. Brodarius Ham, if he's out, I don't really care about any particular evaluations of Brodarius Ham's talent or ability. If you don't have someone named Brodarius Ham on the field in the Iron Bowl, you're at a disadvantage, statistically speaking.
There's no reason
Alabama-
to play this.
Yeah.
Alabama does take one strong advantage into the Iron Bowl, which is that they trounced Auburn in the home field apparel big new Saturday buy off, shirt off. No, let's not encourage shirt off.
This is the silkiest segue we've ever
By-
had on this show.
You ruined it by stepping in it, and I appreciate you because I know that you don't know any better.
Thank you.
Home Field Apparel, premium licensed collegiate apparel brand out of Indianapolis, incredibly comfortable, officially licensed with vintage college designs. Home Field digs through your college's archives, sultry, to find unique logos, mascots, to make thoughtful designs, and prints those logos on the most comfortable tees and hoodies you'll ever own. I would like to talk this week about a Home Field shirt I have never mentioned before. I have lived my life in fear, as many of you know, of the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers mascot.
We all know this.
This is a natural fear, as the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers mascot, Big Red, is terrifying, an unnatural creature, and should not be able to walk on this earth. I purchased a WKU Hilltopper shirt this season that has Big Red's staring face on it. And when I'm having a bad day at work, I sometimes put it on and I stare into the mirror and I say, you know what? The real monster is me. And with that,
That's
I
a
go
spirit.
with that, I go out to face the day. I'm sure both of you will agree. The real monster is me.
I am the thing under the bed.
Get some of your Black Friday and Cyber Monday shopping done at Home Field. You can get 30% off Home Field's vintage collegiate collection with a different offer code this time, BF Fullcast at checkout at Home Field
Big
Apparel.
fucking full cast.
Offer code BF Fullcast at checkout at homefieldapparel.com for their Black Friday sale going on now through Cyber Monday, November 30th. Back to the show.
Outstanding work.
Thank you. I agree. I'm really something. Egg Bowl!
I really only have one thing to request of the Egg Bowl, and it's this: that Elijah Moore do it again.
Do it again. Do it,
Do it
Elijah.
again.
Do it. Do it. Do it. You're having a monster season. Do it again. Cap it off.
Shit.
We dare you. We
Lane
support you.
Kiffin might join in.
He really might. He really, really might.
Yeah, no, he would. By the way, this is, I think, we're finally going to get what we want out of this season, because the Egg Bowl in this case is going to be exactly what we wanted. Remember, by the way, that Elijah Moore, yeah, he did raise the leg last year. Do you know what he's done to redeem and or cash in
He
on?
had nothing to redeem.
Right.
But how's 150 yards a game suit you?
It-
On, nothing. Just about over 10 catches a game.
Devontae Smith has become the most productive wide receiver in the history of the conference.
Devontae Smith has 129 yards per game.
He has 903 total on the season. Elijah Moore has 1,054. He's already at 1,000 yards for the season in a shortened
In
season.
7 games.
Yeah.
He is averaging 14.24 yards per catch. He has scored 8 touchdowns. Devontae Smith has 10. All I'm saying is, whatever you may wrong-headedly think Elijah Moore had to make up for coming into this season, nah, he is sitting on so much credit right now. Spend it. Spend it, young man. The world is your urinal.
Yeah. In addition to that,
Or your fire hydrant? The world is your fire hydrant.
the conference is also Ole Miss's urinal in this respect, that they have
No, it ain't urinal, that's hernal.
they they have the most
That's
first
cool. My father just took control of my vocal cords and
amazing.
spoke to me from 200 miles away.
they have the most first downs of any team in the conference. They have the most fourth down conversion attempts, and they also have the most third down conversions. Do you know what else they have? They also allow the most third down conversions. Ole Miss is a perfect football team because they tell no lies and they promise nothing that they cannot deliver, which is this. They will be a vicious turnstile, spitting out touchdowns in one direction while letting them in on the other. And they're about to face a Mississippi State team that has finally got a quarterback, and despite having, I think, 11 eligible players, I may be making that up, but it sounds real to me.
And almost beat Georgia.
Almost beat Georgia. And Will Rogers playing really well and distributing the ball as the air raid actually dictates. Like they had, I think, 13 different receivers, 14 different receivers in their very close loss to Georgia. Yeah, this will be fun. This will be a ridiculously fun game, and something stupid will happen because it is the Egg Bowl and because Matt Corral is playing.
I want to just say it one more time. Elijah Moore, we believe in you. We support you. The choice is yours.
Whatever.
Elijah
you want.
Moore score a
Please.
touchdown and poop in a cute litter box like kitty cat.
Just stand there and scrape away at the grass with your foot.
Just paw and paw and paw and paw and paw.
If you want to do that thing where you drag your butt over the carpet,
Yes!
right? If you want to do the poop scoot, we would also support that.
And just sit up
Elijah Moore
against the
poop like a
goalpost.
circus elephant.
Yeah.
Have a
Wait,
little
how's
man
this-
walk behind you with a bucket and a shovel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lane will do that. Lane will be like, "Get it? Get it?"
Lane himself may actually shit on the field.
Lane shit on the field.
Lane shit on the field challenge, coach.
We've now turned Lane Kiffin into the Eric Andre of the SEC.
Oh, please
I
don't
mean,
do that to Eric
is he
Andre.
not? Is he not?
Actually, he would shoot someone and turn around and then say, "Why would the Democrats do this?"
Let me in.
That happened. He got locked out of. They locked him out of USC. Locked him out of the bus. He got left behind by Bama at the stadium after a title game. When
That's still my favorite one.
Jason, I'm gonna turn this over to you because to close out the podcast tonight, we have.
We've been asking for it for weeks, and it's here.
it happened.
We didn't think it would happen, and yet
They
the
couldn't
world
stop
turned.
Christmas from coming. It came. It's Penn State,
Somehow or
Michigan
other.
week. Yeah.
Say it, say it, Jason. Say the word.
Every other game might be canceled. This one, I don't think. I think this one is. There's no way we can avoid this game happening. Penn State, Michigan is on at noon on ABC with no other competition of note. The whole world can watch. Everyone can tune in to see Penn State possibly fall to 0-6. Michigan possibly kind of have to fire Jim Harbaugh. And everyone's going to see it. It's a wonderful holiday weekend. So
Horrible.
many things.
I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this onrushing train.
Oh, you do not know how badly I want this to come down to a late game situation.
Oh no! Why would you want that?
Oh, I
That's
want
bad.
that so bad. I want that so bad so I can watch James Franklin and Jim Harbaugh both take the clock and just take turns pooping on it.
Okay, we've got a theme here that I wish we could
We
get
do.
away from.
No, like just watching
Welcome
the two
to
of them.
Shit Week.
Shit-o-ween. Yeah, just watching
Sicko
like
shits game.
just watch them take intentional safeties, right? For no reason. Like, yeah, there's minute 33 left in the clock. We had to
Yeah.
take the intentional safety. No, you didn't. You were up by 12.
I burned.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, James, I feel like Jim is slightly more likely to be huddled in the corner of the game, and be like, I burned all my timeouts to throw him off.
That's it. I have a fourth one in my pocket. No, you don't. There's no such thing as a fourth timeout. You don't know that.
In the weird in-game situation, James Franklin always comes across as the guy who's like, never thought about this before, right? Like, I sort of assumed we'd be up by 25, right? Whereas Harbaugh is frazzled beyond belief. So they make the weird decisions for two very different reasons, right? And please, let's get. I don't know if we want to go high scoring, although maybe we do. Yeah, let's go really high scoring. Just out of nowhere, we got a 45-42 thing going on. You know, just so everyone's completely uncomfortable.
I'm willing to be argued out of this by either of you or by the actual score. The thing that makes this game great to me in anticipation is that the score almost seems immaterial. Like, there are so many different ways this could be bad.
For the people involved, there are many ways to lose. For us, the viewer, no, we're guaranteed nothing but gold, nothing but magic here. There is no outcome that will not bring joy to the hearts of millions nationwide.
I have one that I really want, which won't happen, I think, and it's this. I want James Franklin to attempt a field goal as time expires to bring it to 27-26.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
Spencer.
That's what I want. I want him to send out the field goal team, and everyone's like, "What?" It's like, no. We're trying to get it onside and kick it, and they take too long. That's what I want. Like, down 4, they kick a field goal, and Franklin's like, "Shit, that's 3, not 4." Ah,
At the handshake, Harbaugh hits him with, "What's your deal?"
What is any of our deals, man? Harbaugh hits him with the "What's your deal?" and Franklin's like, "I got a contract for next year. How about you?"
and Harbaugh's like, "I was just mad at you for disrespecting arithmetic."